is this?
Did you just look at the fucking news stories, dude? Oh, yeah, you haven't seen this thing going around? We're going to go straight in the news, I guess. We're on. So, Stefan just caught a glimpse of this girl. And this is for real.
This is a very hip lady.
I was telling somebody about this at work, and they're like, "What? No." And I was like, in the grand scheme of things, this is fairly tame. But she has.
Today's sexual standards, licking the rim is standard package.
There's this saying about there's this old proverb about a baby boomer coming into McDonald's and complaining about the chicken nuggets and being like, "Look at these are disgusting. Would you put this in your mouth?" And it's like, "Ma'am, I've eaten ass."
In that new Chips movie, that was like a running gag. Was eating ass is the standard package.
Okay, go. Let's play that back now. Now, this is not for the squeamish. It's
Not
pretty
at all.
disgusting.
What's
Now
this?
she's on an airplane, and she's taking a video of herself.
Says, "I've licked a lot of toilets."
Push play, God damn it! I'm waiting for you. Look at this. She's got the fucking filters on too. Is that what that is? Oh God, that is fucking vile.
No.
So
No.
she was saying, it's like, "Oh, I've done this thousands of times, and this is like the first time it's actually made my tongue go numb."
Yeah. That's
So
the
I'm thinking
caption.
it's like it's some sort of like it's not because it's filthy, it's just some sort of like sterilization agent because they got that blue water. I'd be more afraid of that than fucking germs, man, and fucking like
Yeah, they
chemical
put the same
cocktail.
stuff that's in the porta potties up there, don't they?
It just is a porta potty.
I mean, basically.
If they need to eject you, they just whole thing just drops out.
Was there a movie
And
where
another
some
one
dude
in the
was on
chamber comes in.
They were in like an action scene fight, and some dude flushes while this guy's sitting on a toilet, and he like gets
His tie stuck
his
in the seat or
his
something.
inside sucked out to the.
No, I have not seen that. I do not recall. And apparently, this girl, she like does this like on Twitter or Twitter.
This is her shtick. She goes around licking toilet seats.
Not just toilet seats. She makes like it's like the degradation sexual fantasy, and for people that are into that. But this one just happened to garner some attention, so like the internet ban piled on. So to be honest, she's probably making a ton of money right now.
Probably. Let's see the profile.
Because you got your regular perverts that are, they're subscribed to her tweets. They're going there for, whatever foul shit she's going to do. And then she's just exposed herself to a whole new gateway of getting more of those in there.
Oh, yeah. She's just a not safe for work, like...
Grimy.
Yeah. She's just a grimy individual.
Her name is Grimy.
Her whole deal is, the sexual degradation thing. So, I mean, for her, it's not a surprising act, but for the public eye, everyone's just like, oh, my God.
Have you been on the internet, people?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen much worse. Much worse.
Yeah, I had to see Jim Jefferies in person.
Oh, man. My dad offered me Jim Jefferies tickets. He's like,
And you're just like, no.
I actually would have went and saw him. I would have been able to look past it.
He was in the news recently.
For what? What'd he do now?
He, I guess, is doing some sort of interview show, and they basically chopped and screwed somebody's interview comments to suit what they were going for. Mm-hmm. And
that's not fucking cool.
Yeah, and the Reddit verse was just like, this is so grimy. I mean, should have listened to old Unky Stefan when he first told you that he was a grimy guy.
It's not like he does it. It's not like he's the one editing the show. He's just the guy on the show.
Yeah.
So you can't spin him like, oh, it's Jim Jefferies' fault. He's the one who's going to get the flack. That's not exactly fair. But he is a bit of a douche.
Well, I don't know how their whole show runs or what they're aiming for. But I also don't care because That's just the proper way to handle
He
celebs.
doesn't like you.
Yeah, that's just the proper way to handle celebs you don't like. Just forget about them.
My dad was going to give me tickets to him, and he was like, you and Steph want to go see Jim Jefferies? I was like, Steph's not going to go for that one, man. My dad had...
Did you tell him why?
Kevin, yeah. When me and him went to see Bill Burr, we went to the newsroom to wait, and we were talking to the bartender that was he was bartending when the Jim Jefferies incident
my
went
buddy.
down.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. My dad was like, you know that guy? I was like, no, not at all. But we were talking about, I was like, yeah, I heard Jim Jefferies is in here acting a fool. He's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah,
it was terrible. It was real bad. It was real bad.
So, yeah, Jim Jefferies, was it at the newsroom? Or was it
He was at a safe house in general.
It was a safe house.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah.
Or did we tell it already?
We told it already, but nobody watches, so we can tell stories
Tell it again? Yeah, all right. So...
And Jim Jeffries is hot right now. So.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. He just had that Netflix TV show. I forgot what it was called.
Jim.
Is it really?
Modeled after...
Louis?
No, it wasn't called Jim. It was something.
It's called something like...
procrastinator, loser, something.
Something like that, yeah. Some degrading term for oneself.
Yeah.
And Sean at the time had just like told me to watch his stand-up, which... I'm not a big stand-up comedy guy. I think I got like halfway through it, but I mean, I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, this is pretty funny." Yeah. And the dude hates himself. That's funny. Dude hates himself. That's funny.
He's
too.
also been diagnosed with. He's on the spectrum.
Oh, okay. So
that makes a lot of sense.
So we're chilling at Sean, my buddy Drew, and myself. We're all chilling at Drew's house, and I get a text, Jim Jefferies here from the old GF.
Yep.
Yeah, B sends me a text. I was like, oh, we were just on a Jim Jefferies kick. Let's go see what's going on.
For those of you who don't know, the Safe House is like a really popular place for like celebrities to go when they play at the theaters, because there's like three.
It's like right across the street for starters.
Yeah, there's the Pabst across the street, and then it's right by the Riverside as well.
Yeah, Marcus Amphitheater's over there. All that shit's all right next to each other.
And then this place is famous for being like a speakeasy type joint where there's no signs. You have to like go in an alley, and there's a secret door, and you got to give them the password. And all
now it's owned by now it's owned by Marcus, and they have multiple. They have multiple locations, so it's not really a staple that it once was.
They
in
just
Milwaukee.
sucked the life out of it, you know.
Yeah. So. Get a text, and we're sitting there, and Sean and Drew were just like, oh yeah, let's go see this dude. I'm like, I guess I've met like a couple celebs there, and I'm just like, they just want to be left the fuck alone. Right. Like they just had a set, or they're in there trying to get a drink.
Not Jim Jefferies.
No. So we drive over there, and first thing we do is try to find parking, and we like roll through the alley, and we see this fucking dude outside smoking a grit with a fucking like sequins suit jacket. And I'm just like, look at this fucking guy. And we roll past, and Sean's just like, that's fucking Jim Jefferies. So we fucking park, and we go in. He's obviously not outside anymore, and it's pretty empty, but you can just hear like his voice like resonating from one of the like back rooms, because they have like segmented rooms. Yeah, they have some segmented rooms, and
vagina.
I see my bartender buddy right when I come in, and those two like go see what Jim Jefferies is doing. I just sit at the bar, I get a drink, and he's just like, my bartender friend is just telling me, it is a goddamn shit show in here. It was insulting the like kitchen staff, and they almost walked out / got into a fight with them. And I'm just like, wow, that's...
So it's not just Jim Jefferies. Like, Jim Jefferies has an entourage, right?
I'm getting there. Okay. So I'm just like, oh, wow, that sounds a little intense. Well, I'm going to go back there and check out what's going on. And some of the waitresses are like, yeah, he's like harassing us and shit. So I'm just like, geez, this sounds a little intense. Like, what is this guy that wasted or what's going on?
My girlfriend's a waitress. What the fuck?
Yeah. But, yeah, he was telling some chick to go in the bathroom with him or something. So I walk back to this room they're in, and there's like an entourage of like 40-plus-year-old guys, and they're just all sitting there, kind of like neck bearded out, just giggling at all this dumb shit he keeps saying. And he keeps calling this one dude a Mexican, and he's just like, oh, yeah, you got to go back across the border or some other shit. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of his like American audience or what the hell was going on, but this guy's just like, I'm not Mexican. Stop saying I'm Mexican. And he was like harassing this other dude's girlfriend, and I don't know, this guy just the boyfriend of this girl just seemed like a tool. He's just like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And she's just like, what are we sitting here?
The way you described it was he was obviously starstruck, and he was like, oh man, my girlfriend's getting roasted by Jim Jefferies, and she is just not into it at all. Yeah, but he's just like, this is the best thing ever. Because he was saying some shit. He's like, yeah, let's go to the bathroom and fucking new coke off my dick or some shit like that, you know. So I'm fucking sitting there with a beer, and I'm just like, all right, well, this was fun. I'm gonna go back to the bar and like talk with my buddy who's bartending. So maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, Sean comes back, and he's just like, I fucking did it, dude. I was like, what'd you do? And he tells me, I did exactly what he said he hates people doing in his stand-up. I told him to tell me a joke. And it was just like... The way Sean had described it was like you bought him a drink. He's like, I'll buy you a drink if you tell me a joke. And he was just like, what? It's like, tell me a joke.
Yeah.
Honey man.
And I think he ended up buying 2 of Jefferies drinks or some shit somehow.
Well, who really got fucked there then?
I don't know. Everyone got fucked. Everyone got fucked that was involved with that torrent of just disaster. And I remember that place was talking about just like how bad he was for a long time. Yeah, what a mess, man. That was like we left, and I was just like, you never want to meet people here.
It was like a month afterwards, and you had told me this story, and I walk in there and sit down with the bartender, and I was like, hey, I heard Jim Jefferies is in here acting fool. He's just like, yeah.
Yeah, dude said he was probably one of the worst guests it ever had in there.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of people in there, and he was the biggest diva.
You know who was great, though?
He was the Mariah Carey of the bunch, huh?
The voice actors from Bob's Burgers were really great. John H. Benjamin and all of them. Yeah.
Oh, man, me and my dad went to that show, too. That would have been cool if we went there.
Yeah, they went right across the street after.
That is dope.
Kicking it.
I remember watching that, and me and my dad had such bad seats. We were literally, like, back wall of the balcony. Like, the ZZZ top row. And fucking hell, it was like watching, like, a flea circus.
Yeah,
it was like watching fleas in a fucking shoebox.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah,
it was fun still.
Britt told me about that. She's like, yeah, I was like, because her section wasn't where they were, and she's like, I'm walking around and I hear Bob and then Louise, and then she like poked her head in the other room. She's like, they're all sitting there like doing a couple lines for like some of the people. So
H. John Benjamin's just the coolest, man. Like,
he just seems totally relaxed from what I heard about him.
Yeah, it comes through in his voice. Even when he's stressed, he just seems relaxed.
I don't know, man. Coach McGurk used to get pretty mad on home movies.
That's when he was younger, man. That was in the 90s. That's when he still had fire in him. And then he just turned into the chillest dude ever. His hair fell out, and then it's like, I don't got it anymore, man.
I was talking with me and a couple of the guys were talking about Adult Swim and whatever happened to Brandon Small, the guy that did home movies, Metalocalypse and stuff. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. It was just, dude, I can't believe they didn't give Metalocalypse the end it deserved.
Yeah,
it was like highly beloved.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, but I can't imagine him not doing some kind of project like that. So I was just curious, whatever happened.
Hey man, getting shows made is hard.
Oh yeah,
it's hard. But I was also watching 2 kind of douchey dudes on a podcast talking about their show that they got on Comedy Central. And they're also talking about it like it's crazy hard to get like a show picked up, but like they need that shit more than a lot of the people who are doing it need like the networks that pick that shit up. So basically the networks are desperate for stuff.
Shows,
they're just like, hey, please, just give us something good. Just give us something good. We'll put it on TV.
But it's so hard to get picked up.
Mm-hmm. Like the what makes it hard is that you have to put like everything into a series and a pilot. And if the pilot doesn't get picked up, it's like, well, that's it.
I guess that's too much.
Yep.
Oh, man. Speaking of pilots, Korgoth the Barbaria, that only got one episode, the pilot, and it was so amazing.
Could you imagine that, though? That's, like, not just, like, okay, we rented a studio.
That was, like, a whole ordeal, man. You had Diedrich Bader, voice actors, full animation.
Yeah, like, that's what I was getting to. Fully animating something, and it's not just, like, hiring actors and coming and shooting a pilot and building sets. You're fully fucking animating this stuff.
It's a lot different than Late Night with Eric Andre.
Yeah. It's like every show of that is the pilot. You just never know what you're going to get.
We're gonna play What's on Your Lips.
Eric Andre show is
with
like a box of chocolates.
With, what was that, Mike the Situation? They put a hot dog on his lips while he's blindfolded. We're gonna play What's on Your Lips. He's just like... said a hot dog. You got it.
I think my favorite thing is Audrey Peoples and What's in a Hot Chick's Briefcase. And they bring out the 3 hot chicks, and it's like, pick one of them. She's like, number 2. And number 2 opens her briefcase and pulls out a gun and shoots the other one in the fucking stomach. Like, they just basically, all the hot chicks have a Mexican standoff, and they all fall down dead.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah, she's one of the few that like walked off that show. Oh man, I would long to one day be a guest on a show where the guest walks off.
Like you host it, or you're the guest that walks off?
No, I don't want to be the guest that walks off.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a weird request.
You lose at that.
Yeah.
I want to be hosting a fucking show where the guest comes on and is just like, man, I'm fucking done with this shit, and then fucking exits. There was what was the name of the fucking host that did What Would You Do on Nickelodeon? Remember that? Or Double
I vaguely
Dare?
remember the premise of the show. I don't remember much else.
There was a guy who hosted What Would You Do, and he hosted Double Dare. It's like one of those family game shows in like the late 80s when Nickelodeon first came out. They'd fucking have them going through like the mazes and pieing each other and getting gack dumped on each other.
I just remember the slime.
Gack. It's gack.
Yeah, no, but there was the one show where it was like Family Feud, and if you lost, you got slimed.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was even called.
That's the show. Double Dare.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was families, but you're in Orlando Studios, Florida. Nickelodeon Studios, Orlando, Florida.
All I remember is people getting gack dumped on their head. I don't remember anything else about the game show.
So that guy who hosted that show went on Jay Leno, and Burt Reynolds was the previous guest. And Burt Reynolds was just hating on this motherfucker. So Burt Reynolds just like says some terrible shit about like the guy's wife. Just like
what is he just like chirping him the whole time? Or?
Yeah, but like I don't know what the fuck was wrong with Burt Reynolds. I think Burt Reynolds like started it off because like the guy kind of had his back turned to him and he was like focusing on Jay Leno, and it was like, I don't know, kind of a dick move on Burt Reynolds' part, but fucking Burt Reynolds dumps his fucking water on the guy. Like just fucking
what the fuck?
Intentionally dumps his water out. And then the fucking guy gets him back. And he picks up his cup, and Burt's like, no, because Burt could like beat the shit out of this guy easy. And then eventually he just fucking gets him. Like he gets him back, and he's just like I deserved it.
Just gets him over the shoulder with it, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then it turns into like a full blown fucking like pieing each other contest. So they bring out fucking like the pies, and Burt Reynolds. Like it's like, okay, yeah, I deserved it after the water. Like I got you, and then you got me back. Yeah, I deserved it. But fucking, they both get pies because this guy hosts a show where, you know, you get pie in the eye. And
Burt
they
just lays it on him.
simultaneously pie each other in the face. But Burt Reynolds just, like, you could see it. He doesn't just pie the guy in the face. He, like, pies the guy in the face and, like, smashes his fucking... It's like a fucking open-fisted or open palm.
How have I not heard about this until today?
It is, like, 10 minutes of just, like, ooh, this is awkward.
Burt's mad.
And, yeah, Burt is mad but smiling. It's like they keep it together somehow, but it's obvious
that Burt
there is
actually
this
wants to
relationship is
cause
over.
physical
Yeah.
harm. Wow. Maybe the guy from, what was it, Dare to Dare?
Double Dare.
Double Dare? It's Dare to Dare. Maybe the guy from Double Dare was just a real fucking piece of work. Is that the guy who said he hates kids?
No, that's Mike O'Malley. That was just a joke between me and James Lottie. We would just joke that fucking Mike O'Malley from Global Guts secretly hated children. Burt Reynolds.
I'm all tangled up. I guess
Marc Summers is the name of the guy. Marc Summers on the
Marc
Tonight
Summers gets beat up by Burt Reynolds, the video.
It's like 7 minutes long, so we can't really do that.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I guess check it out on your own time. Watch Burt Reynolds get freaking pissed.
Absolutely, dude. Oh, maybe I can find, like, let's continue on, and I'll, like, find a video to scrub through.
That dude
here.
just passed away this year, didn't he? Or last year? Burt Reynolds?
Yeah. He actually got some play off him on the fucking Saints Row subreddit.
Oh, yeah.
So we were talking about how he had the best fucking cameo ever.
Yeah, he had to pick between zombies or him. It's pretty obvious you're going to pick Burt Reynolds.
Duh. I mean, like, every fucking thing, every game at that point had, like, a zombie mode.
So tangled up. There we go. Oh, man.
So,
Little car repair action today. I almost thought you were going to have to pick me up.
yeah, sad, man. After what you did for me earlier this week, come get you, boy.
That was brutal.
Oh, man, that was brutal. You want to fucking talk about that or car repairs or haircuts?
Let's talk about the fucking chair here. Fucking
The chair.
Straight up.
It is an electric chair.
Yeah, it looks like an executioner's chair. Actually, it looks like JP's chair from fucking Grandma's Boy for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's made out of fucking steel.
Yeah.
It's like
So it's a
power-coated steel.
Yeah, it's a fully hydraulic, like it has its own power supply.
Let me just preface this by saying I did not intend to get this. I had a package from this company that I ordered, and they didn't fuck it up. The shipping company lost the package in translation, and this company, Ingram, did right by me, and they're like, yes, your package is lost, but we can give you this other thing if you should so choose.
Yeah,
and
it's
I was
called
like,
the Ingram.
yes.
Yeah, it's called the Ingram coating pod. And it's a fucking monolith. It's a behemoth of a
It is
of a
literally,
chair.
if you had if you had a scorpion with a fucking 5-point harness racing chair
Yeah,
on it.
The Scorpion King. Cue Godsmack.
So this thing shows up in the back of this fucking, like, semi-truck.
It's 2 boxes. One is on a pallet. They're both steel reinforced at the edges with like a reinforced boxing seal.
420 pounds total.
Yeah.
100 pounds is one of the box. The other 320 is the other. And we're like,
So first of all,
this ain't going in the door.
the smaller box, we just carried that right upstairs. But the second box, there's no way it's getting through any of your entranceways. And Doug luckily has a lift inside his apartment, and we are hoping to get this thing in the elevator. So we unbox this thing outside. It's got casters, which I'm surprised could even do the asphalt. And then we wheeled it inside. It just barely fit inside the main doorway.
Yep.
And we
then
wheeled it up to
wheel
the
it-
elevator.
We wheel it through the main doorway, which is all jagged and shit, so we have to, like, fucking team lift it over these things, get the casters over them. And then we have to get it through another doorway, and then we reach the elevator, and we're like,
No, it's not gonna happen.
nope.
We even tried tipping it. How much did you think that thing weighed? 400 pounds or 300 something?
That one, how much do you think the crate weighed?
Oh, like nothing. That thing was probably like 100 pounds.
Yeah, it was like balsa wood crate.
Yeah, it was cheap, but it wasn't heavy. The crating was cheap.
So, yeah, probably 300 pounds.
Yeah. So we try to lift this thing up. It's like your biggest best friend. And we try to fit that thing through the elevator by maneuvering it. Not going to happen.
And this fucking dude, I swear to God, I don't think he's my downstairs neighbor. A car pulled up, and this guy looked like he just like bought some meth or something like that. And he's like,
"The fuck is that?
What the fuck is that thing? It's nice, whatever it is." And then just goes about his business. And I was like glad he did. I was like, really, man? You gonna fucking interrogate me? I'm trying to get this thing in the fucking elevator. Fuck off. But elevator ain't happening.
I don't know. I've seen a couple suspicious characters coming in this building.
Yeah. The old people are getting like, what's happening to our community? It's like, it's on the fucking edge of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee only gets bigger. What did you think is going to happen to this place, man?
Oh, I got some little old lady business coming in here today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I hit the buzzer. Nothing went off, and I never make a move until I hear the buzzer go off, but this lady was like doing the over the shoulder thing.
Yeah,
she starts unlocking it, and she's like, "You can't come in unless it buzzes." And I was like, I didn't say anything.
Are you really gonna stop me?
I didn't say anything. I just stood there, and then she was like gonna try to sneak past the door, like, so it would have the smallest amount and it would close.
This is literally how people are. It's like, I have no responsibility or authority in my life, and this is the one thing I'm going to push on you.
But it's like a genuine fear. It's like you're gonna come in and kill me or something, or rob me or whatever else, and I'm just standing there. I don't say anything.
I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I think it's just I get to express this little bit of authority over you, and I'm gonna relish in it.
I literally don't say anything. She's just like, you can't come in here. You gotta wait for the buzz, and I'm just standing there, straight face. The buzzer goes off. I just like look past her, grab the door, open it. I'm just like, all right, have a nice day. And I like walk past.
You should have just been like, looked at her. I was like, bitch, I used to live here.
I just didn't say anything to antagonize that situation. But anyway, so we got this fucking chair. We can't get it into the lift. We try like tilting it on its side, all the obvious stuff.
Yep. Back to our story in progress.
Yeah.
So we slide it back in.
The airlock chamber.
Yeah, where the stairwell is. After looking at the other one, she's like, should we take it up this other one? Maybe it's wider. It's like, no, it's the exact same spec, man. So we're like,
but Doug, you're just like, I'm going to go get some gloves. And I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm going to take some of the extra stuff we had laying around and take it up too, because this chair ain't going fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it's like, I could leave this fucking thing outside. Nobody's going to steal this thing, man.
They won't have time by the time you get back,
Yeah, you could just walk after them and be like, no, sir. I'm going to go get grandma to actually walk after you to get this. Sir, you can't have that.
So he goes and gets some like full-on winter gloves. Thank God he did, though, because it made it so much easier to grip this thing. And we're
like looking at this, and like my stairs are like sets of 6. Like 3 sets of 6 as it goes like around like a pylon,
which was actually great because we had like a spot to readjust. Not that we really had to, because we just powered up.
I feel like it would have been better if we could have just powered up, because it's like you have to spin and there's no visuals. So,
but we just powered it up there, man.
We're like looking at each other, and we're like, if we set this down, we're gonna have to like set it down on like one of the first stairs. Because there's going to be no room to re-pick it up. And it's just so fucking heavy.
Yeah. So, and I was just like, I bet you wish you invited a friend without noodle arms.
So yeah, I wish I invited a fucking friend with muscles. So this thing is like impossibly huge, impossibly heavy, and it's just awkward.
Oh, yeah.
So me and Stefan are like looking at each other. It's like, so... who's going to be...
top and power bottom?
Who's going to be the power bottom, man? So I was like, all right, I'll do it. And the fucking thing, like, once we got it up, you had to fucking commit. The thing, just because of the way it arches around, was just like right on my fucking neck. So like a lot of the weight was just like in my hands, but a lot of it was just like on my fucking neck. But you couldn't see this.
No, I had the headrest.
So I was just basically like, all right, let's do this. Let's go. Go. We get to the fucking first rest stop. We're like, fuck this. I got it. Let's just keep going. Keep going.
And it was only one flight, but geez, man, that thing was just a behemoth.
I feel like I compressed some discs. It didn't hurt then, but the next day when I went to sleep and I laid down, it was like, oh God, this is not good.
Just like how the steel reinforcement was on it made it so awkward, because there's like the regular padded, it's like a regular padded racing chair, and then about a foot of reinforced steel all the way around the back end with the hydraulics running through there, and then the base is these huge unwieldy armrests.
It's just like a big X that they made slightly too large to fit in any standard doorway.
Yeah. And when we finally got it into the unit, you have like a pretty narrow hallway, and you're just like,
it's just weird.
Let's try to get
it's just a bunch of weird trapezoidal angles.
Yeah.
We're going to try and put it in the bedroom.
No way in hell.
No fucking way.
I don't know how you disassemble that thing either. You said it would.
I figured it out.
Okay, you did? Because, yeah, we took an initial peek at it. It was just like, there's no way. What was great, though, is when we plugged it in to try and adjust it, and it's just like
didn't work. I was just like, oh, no. And you're like looking online for the fucking, you're like, what's it called? What's the brand?
I Googled it, and you were just like, shut that down.
Yeah, it's a Chinese product. You're not going to find anything. And I have a follow-up with that. I did find the manual in one of the boxes, all Chinese.
Oh, nice.
Thankfully, they did like little exploded views with like screws from like putting it together, like, period. But you can't read anything in that fucking thing.
Yeah, when I got some furniture online, I had to find the manual on PDF online, and there was no English, but it was enough to get it done. But that was building furniture. That's a lot different than
I had piled all the fucking refuse in my house on one side with the intent of putting it on the other side of the house. This side was not happening, so I had to just leave it in an impossibly hard choke point. I had to just leave it in the middle of my kitchen at the end of the night, and it was like, yeah, fuck this. Oh, and like we ended up getting to where we like cracked open the bottom. There was like a little power strip in there that was just off.
It was just unplugged or whatever. It was all together.
Dude, afterwards we're like, that was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
That was an ordeal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I moved that, and then the next day I had hockey drills. It was just.
You feel beat up afterwards?
No.
I felt it in my legs afterwards. I need to get back to working out, man.
No, it did not feel too bad. The only thing that's been hurting me is I fucking slipped and fell when I was taking the garbage out on Sunday. There was still a bunch of ice.
Oof.
Just right on my elbow, and it only hurts when I position it a certain way. Yeah, that was brutal, because it was just like one of those instantaneous falls where it's just like, boop.
Get the wind knocked out of you? Or is it just like, man, I messed my pants up. My mom's going to kill me?
That was right on my elbow type fall.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, is it like the fucking brake caliper that fell on your fucking shit? I bet you were like, what the fuck is this ice cream scoop that just fell on me?
I thought the fucking chair was going to come apart on me, man. So yeah, I come over here today. I sit in the chair for the first time. Pretty nice, because you're sitting in it. You don't got to look at it. and fucking, I'm like sitting there fucking off with
Battlefield 5.
Yeah, some Battlefield
World War
5.
II shit.
And fucking all of a sudden I hear like a metal piece sound like it's coming down a shaft or something, and it just bam right on my leg. I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
It was a brake caliper spreader that I had wedged in there to like get the screen to like come forward, so you just twist it and it spreads.
Oh, it hurt pretty good on my shin.
I was like, oh, sorry there, bud.
Sorry, bud. Yeah, let's go get some Timmy Hortons.
Hey, if you want to check, click the go in the videos tab. And not the bad videos. Videos.
Oh, this one?
Yep. Click on the actual link. No, man. Videos. The one that just says videos. Are you not in that one?
I don't see another one that
God.
just says videos there, bud.
Hold on a second. Dead air. How are you not in these channels? There, click on that. There, now you've joined. Now click on don't click on that one. Click on the actual link way on top. Yeah. I got it queued to Burt Reynolds fucking
You want sound on
dumping.
this, or no?
Yeah.
Married, as a matter of fact.
Yes, well, you...
Sorry.
Oh, Burt Reynolds.
You know, it's funny how that neatness freak goes right away.
Let me explain this. This is what's known as losing control of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Just,
Not really. He's not a neatness freak anymore.
It's like they're banging each other's wives or something.
Oh my
welcome to
God.
late night television.
He's just trying to not freak the fuck out.
You know, Nickelodeon, Lifetime, we do a little show, we do some sewing.
I feel like he's doing a pretty good job.
Maybe something happened in the green room. He ate Burt Reynolds' sandwich
Did you
or
notice
something.
that?
And you'll treasure it later.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
I used to be on your show all the time, Win, Lose, or Draw. I used to love that show.
It's funny, I don't remember.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, we were talking about being a neatness fanatic.
Yeah, it's talking about being a neatness fanatic. But you started out as a magician of mine.
Burt Reynolds looks like if he had a 6-year-old, you'd just shoot him right in the chest.
What's this?
Oh, a
that's
towel.
all right. Thank you. About a week and a half later it came. But, there we go.
Oh. All right, pause that. That's about all. That's about all the good
What
stuff.
about the pie?
They bring the pies out. I'll leave that to you to scrub through and find.
Oh,
We can
man.
bring that later in the show. We'll bring up Burt Reynolds fucking open palm, like 5-finger death punching this guy in the face with a pie. So you had a bit of car trouble there? You had a little bit of car trouble there. What exactly happened? Because you texted me well in advance.
Okay, so
I can find where the actual pieing is.
I got it already.
Going to the okay.
It was, oh man, it must have been Monday. I walk out. No, it wasn't Monday. I was about to take Britt somewhere, and we walk outside, and the back passenger tire's low. So we go fill that up, and then like 2 days later, the front driver's side is low, like 10 psi. Like I can tell just by walking outside that it's low. So I wheel it over. I got a gas station that's pretty close. I put some air in there, and then I check it the next day. And
when you say wheel it over, it makes you sound like you picked it up like a wheelbarrow. Just like
same thing.
pushed it over. There.
But like the next day, I get up in the morning. I check the tire pressure. It's back down from 30 after I filled it back up to 30 to like 20. I'm just like, fuck.
This whole story isn't just you having holes in your tires, is it?
That's basically what it was. And so every day, every like 3 hours, I had to go to a gas station, fill up my tires. Because Wednesday I had to drive to Heartland. That's like an hour drive.
Did you like slime it or something? Do you like
yeah, they slimed it at the shop I took it to. And
why
I did
wouldn't
a
you just do that
rotation.
yourself?
I didn't feel like doing it. And I needed
Dude, it's
the
like
rotation.
a $10 fix.
But I got a tire rotation, I got a alignment and all that stuff, and
Okay.
then check my brakes.
That's nice. But straight up, why didn't you just go to AutoZone and get some Fix-A-Flat? Just it's like filling up your tires.
Well, I still gotta get the nail out.
Not if it's just in there.
I guess that is true.
Not if you don't plan to fucking go to like Chicago and get stranded. You'd be fine.
Well, every 2 days.
Next time you got that
2 days a
problem,
week.
bring it over here and
2
pay
days
me
a week I have to
$200.
drive. 2 days a week I do have to drive an hour to go play hockey. So, well, it's a little short of an hour, but
Yeah, but it's like your regular route. You have people who know who you are.
Yeah. And we have cell phones now.
Yep.
I thought I was going to need a new tire, though, because I thought the issue was, this has happened before, I have aluminum rims on my car, and they get corroded, and then it breaks the seal around the rim and the tire, and that's how I've had leaks on the last ones. I had to get new rims a couple times.
Oh, boy.
That shit is expensive. I hate cars. Just not a car
me too.
guy. Yeah.
I'm not a car guy. I barely drive mine. I drive it to work, and then I drive it to my house.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate driving it. I hate having the responsibility of having to fucking pay for it. And I hate the liability that you are when you're just driving the fucking thing. It's like you're just going out and it's like, well, hopefully I don't die or,
Some idiot hits me.
Or, die from that as well. Yeah. And just like have some sort of thing that's going to make me not be able to get to work suddenly.
That was the whole thing today. So I took off work today and I took the car in at like 8 in the morning. And I get there. I was going to call a Lyft to take me home because it's pretty close to my house, but I just said, fuck it. I'm going to walk home. Mm-hmm. It'll be like an hour.
Puff it. 1 hour. Wow. You went for a little walk. It's a nice day out.
It was like a 3-mile walk. So I walk up the road. I go to the Speedway. I get like a fucking coffee and a sandwich or something. And
mugged.
I start walking. It was actually in a pretty nice neighborhood. But I start walking back. This dude almost fucking hits me. He's turning left. I have the walk signal. He just fucking guns it right in front of me.
Whew.
Like I'm talking like 3 feet. I could have reached out and slapped his car. I'm just like, what? If I had gotten.
That's the thing. Like that's like the confidence of the New Yorker who doesn't check the street. It's just like the fucking lights. The sign says walk. I'm just gonna walk into it. It's like some people have just like I've seen people do that I'm with. And then just walk into fucking traffic because they're a pedestrian and they have the right of way. It's like, you can't sue if you're dead, man. You can't sue if you're dead.
But yeah, I started walking and it was weird. He like waited and then he went anyway. And it was just like, okay, that was rude. And I wish I had. This was before I purchased my coffee. If I had my coffee, I would have just
and then you would have had a whole nother problem.
Yeah. But it would have been worth it.
Mr. Noodle Arms over self-professed Noodle Arms.
But it would have been worth it.
Worth getting dead. It's like, almost killed me once. Yeah, fuck you. Now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, now I gotta headbutt you. Yeah, it was super rude though. And then on the way over here, some guy did a right turn on red when people are going straight and almost fucking nailed me. It's just like, okay. What is with you people? It's like my car is the fucking invisible Wonder Woman vehicle. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck she calls that thing, the invisible mobile, whatever the fuck it is.
It's a jet. I think it's not even a car.
She doesn't have a car?
No.
Oh, that's fucking SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Merman and Barnacle Boy have the invisible boatmobile.
Literally fucking Ernest Borgnine. There's a fucking factoid for you. For you old folks listening out there, Ernest Borgnine had a cameo on SpongeBob SquarePants where he was an elderly superhero with an elderly superhero sidekick, and he basically looked like old Seaman with a
old
seashell.
Aquaman,
yeah, or is it Seaman?
His mask.
I thought I keep
it's
on
Aquaman.
It's Aquaman. Seaman.
Seriously, that show was great.
Yeah. Yup.
So let's watch these guys pie each other.
Okay. Let's go to the PMP. So, exciting conclusion to the. Watch this guy just nail him. Oh! He barely got Burt at all. This guy is just not having any luck. No. He's slipping. He looks like a fool. There we go. We kiss and make up.
I really think if I look like
Jay's just like, get me out of here. This is uncomfortable for me.
Jay's like, you're not going to get that shit on me. I'm Jay Leno, motherfucker. It's like, you want to come back on my show? You want to come back on my show?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
I guarantee you Burt came back in
of
this
time,
time.
ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back right after this message. We'll be right back.
All right.
God, Burt Reynolds just
We're going to get
thugging
copyright strike for that
Yeah,
shit.
Burt Reynolds just thugging it.
Dude, he just fucking whomped him in the face, though. It, like, wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to pie you in the face, and then we're all going to laugh. It's like fucking took the
Marc
opportunity
Summers
to punch
is
him
the
in
guy
face.
that posted this whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think Marc Summers is an active YouTuber? Maybe he did it after Burt's
No.
untimely passing.
No, it's not.
So I went and got me a haircut this week.
Yeah, looks good, man.
And basically it was like, hold on a second here.
It turned out well, but it sounds like you're gonna leave your barber.
I don't have a barber, though. That's the thing. Like, I really do not have a barber. So my first, like I've been going to nicer barbers since I grew the beard, because that is a time commitment and you don't want to fuck it up. It's not like it's not like shaving, you know. You have to like either experiment and fail through it and then finally figure out how to do it yourself, or you do what I did. I just like committed, just grew it out, and then was like, okay, this is a bushel of goods. I need to get it trimmed.
Now it needs to get groomed.
So yeah, I like go to this place by my work. It's like advertised as like a place that's for men. I actually was there earlier today, going to the
Supercuts
store
for
next to
men.
it, buying the diet booze water that we are enjoying right now. Cheers. So next, and I see a portly gentleman going into there, and I just like this particular chain. It's like Men's Hair House, haircuts for men. They advertise it on
This is just a bunch
like Bob
of,
and Brian hours on
Is it just a
102.9.
bunch of predator handshakes all around the outside of the building, or what?
No, it's just like it's just got a big sign and it's like hair house, but the big men, manly. You could watch
For the boys.
the History Channel while you get your fucking haircut.
Pawn Stars.
So I believe I went in there and I got my shit like cut the first time. Haircut was fine, but the beard, when I got home, she just butchered it, man. It was like the fucking took the hedgehog and just scraped it off.
You know what's
this
funny
side.
though? You
This
probably
had way more volume.
Did you
on this
when you
side.
left? Did you feel like, oh, this looks good? It's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got fucking funhouse mirrors in some of those places. I swear to God, man. They'll be like sizing you up with the mirror behind the back, and you're just like, oh yeah,
This is the thing.
looks great. And then you get home and you're like, what the fuck happened to me?
I was describing what I want to the lady cutting my hair, and I was like, I kind of want to just like keep the side short, like pretty short, and then do a fade up to the top. And she's like, oh no, you don't want to do that because like the shape of your head. And it's like, yeah, you can do that. It's called a fade. You as the barber are supposed to pick where the fade ends, like fade it up and then cover the shape of the head.
You just like fade me, and then the pixelized sunglasses come down, and she's like, no.
She's just like, no, you don't want to do that. And it's like, okay, whatever. It's like, I'm probably not coming back at this point. So I'm just like committed at this point. I should have just left. But, you don't do that. I'm not that type of person. So got the haircut. And the main thing about the beard cut was when I got home, or the next day when I looked in the mirror after showering, I had to comb it. It's like this was like lopsided. You could see like it was not... There, like, it doesn't have to be straight across. Like, there's some like angling down, but this one was just like the angles were not right. So I was like, I'm not going back there.
Was slanted.
So then I went to this other place that's closer to where I actually live. Same
Is this the one
kind
that
of thing.
gave you the lavender bath?
It's just, called a barbershop. They fucking love it, man. You go in there, you get the fucking the shampoo, the hot towel, the haircut, the beard trim. Got a TV, playing whatever. The first time I went in there, it was like some sort of like History Channel show, and they're making swords and stuff. And
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
is it the one where they test the blades?
Something
Because
like
that show, I've seen that show. That
There was
show's
just
weird.
a man heating up the piece of iron in a kiln and then pounding it with a hammer.
I watched one. It was like a blacksmith's reality TV show challenge where they forge swords, and then it was like, cut this traffic cone in half, and it's just like, why are we cutting these specific objects in half? And it would just be bizarre.
Steak in the boot, man.
Yeah, it would just be bizarre stuff.
Cut the toes off a boot, man. So I like that place, and I walked out of that place feeling, I like this haircut. First time it was actually like a dude who cut my hair. And I explained the fucking thing. I was like, I went to this place in the Falls, and this person just fucked my shit up. And I explained to him like the whole like fade situation thing, and he's like, that makes no fucking sense, man. Like, not what I was saying, like that she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So, good deal. Get trimmed up. Go back there, get another person. Like I was
Got to request the same guy.
I was intending to request the same person, got another person. She did an even better job. So I was like, okay, I like this place. They hire competent people. So I went back there and got somebody who is very competent, but the interaction was just a little bizarre. So I fucking walk in there and I sit down, and it's basically like, is this the fucking like doctor's waiting room? It's got HD TV like playing, and like they basically let you pick what you want to watch. I think because they have like a little channel thing. I'm just like, whatever. This is her workstation. She has to be here all day. I'll let her watch whatever the fuck she wants to watch. So I like cracked a joke about like the dudes on TV, because it was basically like two dudes trying to sell this fucking like, $1 million house, the whole thing. It's like, oh, I make puka shell necklaces on Etsy.
My boyfriend catches butterflies half time.
And our budget's $1.7 million to buy a house.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, totally. And I was just like, these two guys who are the hosts, they look like they could be twins. I was like, oh, they look like Ed Helms' test tube babies.
Well, it's the Property Bros, probably.
Yeah. Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're twins.
Oh. Yeah, well, they look like it.
Yeah.
And she's just like, who are they? And I was like, them on the TV. And like, oh, the test tube brothers. And I was like, no, that's a joke.
She was asking you who Ed Helms was?
She was asking me who Ed Helms' test tube babies were.
Yeah.
Like, she just did not get
It just
that.
went over her head, yeah.
Yeah,
She didn't
like,
know who Ed Helms
so
was.
over it. I was like, okay, you'd recognize his face if you saw him. She's like, it's like the nerdy dude from The Office.
You should have been like, he looks like them.
I was. He was like, he looks like them. Hence the joke. She's just like, And I was like, he's the nerdy dude from The Office. It's like, it's the guy who lost his tooth in The Hangover. She's just like, oh, that guy. Yeah. I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
Clicking now. So then, like old Metallica comes over the fucking like, it's just like the music choices were just bizarre. I walk in there.
You go from Post Malone to fucking...
You're never going to guess what they were playing when I walked in there initially.
Go shoot then.
The Star Wars disco theme.
Weird.
Yeah. It was the disco version of John Williams' Star Wars Overture. And I'm just like, I haven't heard this since my dad had it on A-Track when I was living up north. That shit is long disintegrated. But it was like seriously like, it's the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh my god.
Starring Betty White.
Yeah. But
Harrison Ford and Chewbacca's family.
So they like jump to that to what, like Metallica and all that other stuff.
No, there was like some and some fucking old school Metallica comes on. It's like I was like, I can get in this. I haven't said anything yet. I see this girl. It is literally the girl who fucked up my first cut. And I was just
at
like,
the other place though.
yeah, at the other place.
And
She has a stall there too. And I see her just walk past and I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I? I'm going to have to start getting a regular barber now, because if I come in and I get assigned her, I can't just be like, no. I can't be like in the moment, just be like, you can't fuck my face up again. That'd just be too much to just denounce somebody in front of somebody who probably is like,
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. But so she walks by, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then the music changes. She walked back to change the fucking music because some shit came on. I was like, dude.
She didn't like Metallica.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, oh my God. So I say to
you were really just like, I hate her even more.
Yeah. I'm sure she's a nice
And then
lady
what?
if
You
we got
said
to
that
know
out
about.
loud, and then the one lady's
No,
like, "That's my sister."
I commented to it. I was like, "What happened to the cool tunes, man?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I know." It was like, I wanted to like open. She starts telling me about her whole thing. She's like, I wanted to open like a rocker barber shop. Like I had this whole idea like laid out, and she's just like going on about this. Like, I want to be like Harley theme. I was like, dude, just go straight to death metal. Fucking. Just do a death metal barbershop. She's like, oh yeah, right, like, you know, just like have all the dudes with like the cool crazy haircuts. It's like, oh, that's not death metal at all. I'm thinking.
I'm sitting there just like, yeah, like Motley Crue with the gray hair.
So yeah, I'm just like thinking it was like that. Her clientele would be dudes who come in and have like fucking stud belts and are like, make me look like Doyle from the Misfits.
Oh, she had a dream though.
Dude, fill in for our listeners who don't know who Doyle is from the Misfits. Call up a picture of our boy Doyle here.
Boy, imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger with
Doyle is one of the people where it's like you bring a picture of the haircut that you want to your barber, and
he's got
then
a double lock.
it's like we can't exactly do that for you because the first step to having that haircut is that you need to be a male model.
Whoa.
And you have to have perfect skull structure, and then we can give you that haircut. But yeah, Doyle. Just bring up a picture of Doyle. Yeah, that's a good one. Just one with Doyle, the first one, the very very first result. So this is Doyle.
I'm just a little confused.
And
by,
this is his haircut.
Yeah, he's got a double lock.
So the way she's like describing the place that she wants. That's like the kind of guy who's like, I'm gonna give a bunch of people rockabilly cuts and go. So she was like, yeah, I want to have all like the hairstyles on the walls in like frame pictures. And I was like, yeah, that actually sounds kind of cool. But
yeah, she wants to open a psychobilly.
It was just like fun. Like it was just funny to as like a metal dude who. As a metal guy and the extremeness of the metal that we listen to, it's like kind of fringe. It's popular, but it's something that a lot of people get wrong. It's like, oh, I like the heavy stuff, and you're like, oh, you like hard rock and roll, and it's like,
yeah, you say you like the heavy stuff, and they go, oh yeah, Disturbed.
Not even that. It's like, oh, you like like Motley Crue, like you had mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah, the Crew, I like them too.
I mean, I'd like some Crew, but
I do too. But when you're talking about heavy stuff and they just have no frame of reference, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Sabbath. That stuff's pretty heavy."
Oh, you like Dick Dale?
Dick Dale's awesome.
Dick Dale died this week.
I know.
Oh,
I was pretty upset about it. That guy was pretty good.
Was that it with my fucking haircut? All in all,
you got to get a regular barber, like a grown ass man.
This person is going to be my regular barber.
The lady that's going to open the rocker shop?
Yep. Because look, the dude, she got it, like, it's hard to see because I've been told I look just like a head floating because it's so dark. But you can see my arms now. Like when I wear a black hoodie and a black hat. just like my head, but like straight up, my shit looks like Hitler when he gets angry when this stuff falls down. Swear to God.
At least you don't have a fucking curly cue here, like a guy at my work. He like curls it here. It's like so stupid.
I give a dude shit at work. His name is Polo, and every so often, like he's usually like pretty like slick back or whatever, like well maintained hair. But every so often, after he's been like had his like hands in the filth of a machine, he'll have this like one thing that falls down from his hair. Is like, oh, Polo, you have become evil, Polo. He'd be like, what? It's like your hair. You have like this one piece of hair. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I got a regular barber. I actually have to go in and see. Just get the old mop trimmed up. Soon, buddy.
Yeah.
Soon, buddy. You'll get a mullet. I'll have a mullet up in here. Oh no, I just unplugged this.
Just like walk in there and be like, "That day, man. That's what that thing's for. Quick disconnect so you don't tear your fucking USB port out of the front of your computer." Oh, your umbilical cord has come undone. Mother, take me back into the womb. What was I gonna say? What was I talking about?
We're talking about mullets.
Oh yeah,
show up in here one day
walk
with a
into
mullet.
your barber and just be like, "Give me a Theo Von."
A Theo Von?
Yeah, look up Theo. Just Google Theo Von's mullet. Yeah, do the one with the specs, man. Fourth one in.
This?
Yeah. I did not know that this guy was rocking a fucking mullet his entire life. Why do you always go to the page, man?
Back in the day, you'd just be able to click the image and just open it.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
Yeah, he's got the salad mullet. That's what I'm going to get. We get that same thing, man.
Dude, you gotta get down with the flow. That is like a bowl cut mullet. Holy fucking hell.
Yeah.
That is a Kentucky waterfall if I ever saw one, man. You see how it just there's just the I don't is there like a proper Oh, you have a hockey player that you want to model your mullet after?
No. I'm just using this as an example.
Hockey mullet.
This is called the salad, man. Short on the sides, full on mullet.
Oh my God, dude, that is a Brock Lesnar haircut.
Yeah, get the
God
Brock Lesnar.
damn.
There you go.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know who Brock Lesnar is, let me tell you. Not
Brock Sampson.
Yeah, Brock Sampson.
Brock Lesnar, everybody knows.
Lesnar, yeah. Everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is. Brock Sampson. There we go.
Yeah, bud.
I need to tell my dad to watch this show because it is directly spoofing Johnny Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a modernized Johnny Quest, but highly adult satirized.
Yeah, they got a new season coming out.
It is just really...
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to hop on that one. I gotta fucking catch
I fucking
up with this
remember
guy.
watching the pilot of this at my buddy Alex's house. That
What
show
a
was
what
so
a
great.
treasure.
It's been going for a long time.
Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
Venture Brothers is the name of the show.
It's available on most streaming services, I think. I know it's at least on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Whew. That is a great show. But yeah, Brock Sampson. I'll get the Brock Sampson cut. I just don't have the curls for that, though.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking put your hair in curlers every morning. You'd be like, "Why are you doing this?"
Me.
It's like so I can be an 8 foot tall psychopath.
So I can turn into the killing machine I was internally dreaming about myself as.
Deep down, ever since I was a little boy, I knew I was trapped inside of this noodle arm body. I always wanted to be an 8 foot tall gorilla psychopath.
Oh yeah. I got my my letter from EWM.
What did they say?
Then it's spring break, and they'll get to the applications at the end of spring break.
I mean, I guess that's something.
Well, they gave me an ID and stuff, so I figure that's pretty much in at this point.
So what do you got to do first?
I get my transcripts from the old HS.
No, I meant like class-wise. Don't know.
Probably I'd take some gen ed stuff. Probably architecture 101.
That's why I don't want to go back to
Gen Ed stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I want to get
Into
straight
juicy
to
bits.
what I want to do, and then I want to go do it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what a lot of that Gen Ed shit, it's just like, okay, like a lot of the stuff does not apply. Sure, it's good to have, but what are we, fucking 6th grade here? Let's get to like the shit that people need to be specialized in. And especially if you're at this age, you know? It's like, I know what I'm good at already. And if you just let me figure out what I need as it applies to the situation, I will fucking know this shit so much better.
Like
Or
when they have
retain the
people
shit
sit and learn
better.
calculus and they never use calculus.
Yes. Or it's just like you don't have an application for calculus.
Yeah.
It's just like you learn these fucking principles, but no application for it. You can't see like a fucking like hands-on direct result to it.
It's learning cursive all over again.
Well, fucking good luck to you, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely good luck to you.
I'm stoked on it because
Build me
your dream house.
a dream chair.
You already got it.
That one's just a bit over the top, man. I mean, it's fucking really comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm
I
probably
know.
never going to leave it again.
I already said it doesn't look that bad when you're sitting in it.
I mean, if you just have it sitting in like more of a modern setting, it doesn't look that out of place.
I saw some, because I showed a guy at my work the chair. I was like, this thing's over the top. But yeah, they had a couple where it's in like a super, wow, I just drew a blank on the word I was going to pull out there. Super,
Califragilisticexpialidocious.
super contemporary interior. It obviously fits there pretty well. But yeah, man,
Hence, project throw my house out.
yeah, clean it up.
And we're getting there, boy. We are getting there.
I need a bigger space.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Hey, man, even though I was saying this months ago, I was like, I need more room.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you just need to throw the junk out. Now I have the fucking junk thrown out. I still need more fucking room, man.
I need another room for all my crap.
I need to
I need
get
an office basically, or a space that I can work out and stuff in.
Yeah, I need to get my fucking pegboard off my living room and like have a workshop where I can work on the shit. Like my 3D printer is torn down, so I just don't have space for it. Thankfully, I take care of most of my 3D printing needs at work.
At work, yeah.
Yep. But I don't have anywhere for that fucking thing right now. I don't have anywhere for my fucking squat rack. Barely have
Yeah.
space for my fucking bed.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta find a new apartment.
Is that what you guys are considering?
Yeah, it's been pretty up in the air lately about, like, are we going to get a new car or are we going to get a different apartment? I think the car's fine. I think we should go for a different apartment. I figure we move towards not necessarily Dallas, but like the more south end of Milwaukee, like in between Bayview, Dallas, all that shit over there. We should be able to find something that's cheaper.
St. Francis.
Yeah, just something that's cheaper.
Oh, you're gonna fucking finally. You're retiring. It's where the hip people go to die.
I mean, we could go farther north. It's going to get way more expensive.
Yeah.
But like somewhere maybe on the outskirts, just to bring the cost down for more space.
Come to the west side, man. Come to the west side.
Yeah, like Butler or something.
Dude, but I don't think Butler's that expensive, man.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be somewhere slightly outside the city limits, so the property cost comes down for a little more bang for the buck.
But you're still mainline to shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Be closer to your hockey games if you come
Yeah.
in this way.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you can come hang out with your old boy Dougie.
Oh yeah.
We could have barbecue, pool party.
Yeah.
Butler's actually not too bad. Like, somebody was talking this week at work. Like, it was. We had this guy come in to show us what's called like a video jet system. If you've ever heard of this kind of printing. It's basically like a fucking squirt gun that like prints like a dot matrix, but rapidly.
Okay. Gotcha.
And you can like basically place it. It's basically how they do like the expiration date on bags of chips or bottoms of cans. So this guy, like, it's in my wheelhouse, is like a younger guy as like a sales rep. So it's kind of weird. Like even somebody who's only like 10 years older than me, like there's a small generational divide. So I was just like breaking the ice immediately. This guy hands us like a pamphlet. And I think I might have mentioned this last week. He gave us the fucking, the pamphlet with the information on it. And it said orange beverage on it.
Yeah.
And then it had it like wiped off because the ink wasn't in here. It just said orange beaver.
Yeah.
So this is like how we started the conversation. But he was like, walks in the room and he's like, oh, should I like go out to the car and just like bring it in right away? I was like, yeah, let's just do the damn thing. So he goes out to his car and gets the thing. And we just like got to talking. I was like, so you keep that thing in your car? I was like, where do you live? And he's like, oh, like out in Waukesha or whatever. It's like, yeah, you don't got to worry about that shit in the car. Because I was like, do you worry about that thing getting jacked? And he was like, my buddy I work with got his stolen. He basically like keeps a fucking like, it's like a $20,000 unit in his car to go around and fucking sell it and give demos.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, somebody
Stole it.
In Butler.
I guess on some level I'm not too surprised. There are definitely some interesting characters out here more that I've seen.
Honestly though, Butler is way more tame than fucking where you live, man.
In between us, definitely. The area I'm living in is extremely buttoned down. The area just outside across the border is no good. That's that segregated communities Milwaukee shit.
For those of you who don't know, Milwaukee is ridiculously segregated.
Yeah.
It is like literally the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah.
You cross over a freeway or a bridge, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, you're just welcome to the Gaza Strip, baby. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And it's like not even, there's like varying degrees of bad, but it's like there's like your bad parts, and then like there's like your fucking like there's like your city tour of like your city livers who know where the bad parts town is, and then there's like the suburbanite town of like tour of Milwaukee, where you come to Milwaukee and you go over the divide, and then they instantly become uncomfortable. It's just like, oh my god, it's all black people. Like, where are we? What are you taking me? Like, I literally went on a date with a girl from Hartford. This is like 9 years ago. We go to the beach at the end of Capitol. And there's some like rough spots on Capitol, but we get to the part where the mansions are. And this bitch turns to me and says, "Are we in the ghetto?" And I was like, I'm not. I'm taking you out for seafood dinner and never calling you again at this point. Like, oh my God. Hartford girls, man. But then, I don't know, Hartford must have gone through some sort of renaissance because, like...
It's super cheap out there. A bunch of people are moving out there.
Yeah, it's like super cheap, but like it's like, it seems fairly diverse. Last time I was there was like a bunch of different people.
I believe it.
Like I was like literally just like chilling on the beach, not paying attention to anything. Just this fucking lady constantly speaking just like Spanish. And I just like look over. It is like the whitest lady I have ever seen. It's like an interracial family. And then like her family shows
Martha
up
Stewart
and starts fucking speaking English to them.
It's fucking Martha Stewart and shit.
And the fucking little kid is just like, watch me do this Fortnite dance, dabbing and shit. Grandpa, watch this Fortnite dance. And he's like, yes, that is very nice.
Yes, son. Yes, grandson. That is Fortnite. Thank you for sharing. Oh, that just brings it all full circle. Talking about things people streaming on Twitch, Fortnite, podcasts.
I don't think
streamers.
I don't think outside of Riff Tracks, I don't think I've ever watched anybody stream anything for any substantial amount of time.
Fuck, dude, I haven't turned on my computer in 2 months up until today. I had to play some music.
So you're neglecting the old girl. I mean, it's time to take that old girl out of pasture, man.
Yeah, I just don't have anything going on that thing, so I haven't fucking touched it.
Well, you're talking about doing a build for a while. You're talking about doing like artwork and stuff, and then
I will have to
nothing.
get something going on for art, for the art side of the spectrum. But
Hey, man, hit me up if you need help with CAD, man.
make a arts. I know I'm familiar with CAD. I got to make a computer that can run some art programs.
Yeah,
so.
but you're not like you use this every day.
Yeah.
Familiar.
But I do have to get a computer that can do
graphics
things. Yeah.
There's varying degrees of that stuff because now a lot, like some of those platforms are offloading their stuff to the cloud. So basically the cloud can process it and then you can access it through that.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it is. Like Google just announced their new game streaming service where basically you can play AAA games through a Chromecast. Your controller connects not through the Chromecast device, but through your Wi-Fi network, and it just streams the game in.
So you can just play on some old piece of junk.
Yep. Just some old hunk of coal.
You
Old
literally
chunk of
just
coal.
need a monitor.
Yeah,
basically,
you
and
literally
a
just need something with an HDMI plug. Plug the Chromecast in. Boom.
And boom.
You're playing Tomb Raider, man.
You're playing Apex Night. Fort Legends.
Boom. You're playing yourself.
Yeah, you're playing Fort Legends.
Now, how much it costs remains yet to be seen. They just
I
announced,
imagine it'll be pretty expensive.
They just announced a new Oculus Rift. That thing looks dope because now instead of having the sensors you got to set up, it's inside out sensing. So
It
it's got
projects from the headset.
Yeah.
That's a good way to
It's just
do it.
one cable. And you don't got to go
Except
through this
now it
whole
looks like
calibration
the Death Star
thing.
Gunner helmet or what?
No, actually they did it in a way that's more like the PlayStations where there's like a halo
Gotcha.
and then you can adjust it.
That'd be cool.
For those of you who have not experienced VR, go do it. It's pretty cool. Like, just be like, oh yeah, I tried out like a fucking cell phone VR thing. And
It's not
like
the
it's
same.
not the same.
Well, can you even try that anywhere? Like a local retail store?
Yeah, I think they got it set up in places. Like, yeah, if you have a place that has like a local VR thing, you've never tried it, like, treat yourself.
They have any VR bars? Probably not.
Yeah, it's called VR Chat.
No, I mean a bar where you can do VR.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, to laugh at drunk people. It would be it's like
yeah,
the
yeah,
rodeo.
yeah.
It would be like the rodeo riding the rodeo cattle animatronic thing.
You would have to have some capital and insurance because
If
you
you
don't really
damage
need
the
a
system.
drunk person falling on their face. You've seen some fucking VR mishaps where people
Yeah.
like forget, like that's the
But at
fucking
the
fun
same
of it.
time, to counter this, downtown they have a bar where you throw axes.
Yeah.
Where you get drunk and you throw axes.
But that's
That
like
is
that's contained. Like
downrange.
you can still fall on your face.
Still giving drunk people axes.
Yeah. But literally, I have seen people, videos of people who are trying it out for the first time. Their friends are helping them, and they put them in a game where, like, you are basically like somebody in the military. You got like grenades on your fucking like vest and stuff like that, and you look down, you can see your body, and then their friends are like trying to help them.
Oh, is this one where the chick threw a grenade and she dived?
She picked up a grenade and then she didn't really have the hand controls down. She like picked it up and then opened her hand right away. And then because her hand opened virtually, she dropped the grenade. And then they're like, oh no, no. And she fucking starts running and she just runs into a fucking brick chimney.
Yeah, I've seen that
Like
one. That one's
face
good.
first into a brick chimney because that's the bad side of it.
You're so immersed.
Yeah, the thing is, like, unless you're like super used to it, there are these moments that they call. There's like a specific term
being
for
in
it.
the grid.
Yeah, where you forget that what you are looking at is not real. You just like these moments in life are fleeting. Like, people get it when they're like making good music, or they're just like so immersed into like what they're doing. This is just something you strap on your head, you're transported to something else, and you like forget for a second that you like need to shit, you need to eat, you know, all this stuff, the dread of your life, and you're just like, oh, this is fucking amazing.
That's how people died playing World of Warcraft.
That was something else.
That was a guy being hooked up to the chair you got out there.
Yeah, I know, man. You're gonna have to come over and
Do a
check
wellness check.
Yes, we got a report of a guy who hasn't been seen for 3 months. We need to do a wellness check. Dude, you want to hear something fucking crazy? Speaking of wellness checks, this dude I work with, let's call him Jay. He all around fucking great guy.
Let's call him the dude.
Dude, that's funny because me and him joke about the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
We were just talking about him, like he wanted to get some Jerry Garcia custom vans.
Somebody was talking.
This guy's like 50 years old too.
Somebody was talking about Jerry Garcia today, and I was like, Jerry Garcia sucks. Fuck Jerry Garcia.
Oh my God, this guy would, as chill as he is, if you said that to him, that's enough to send a hippie into a murder
I know.
rage.
They get pissed.
It's like fucking showing a bull red. It's like, what did you just say? So, anyways, fucking
Fuck GD.
Story that we slipped into to cap off the van story. I was like, dude, fuck the Jerry
Somebody
Garcia
pissed on
vans.
his reg.
Fuck the Jerry Garcia vans. Get the dude vans. And he's like, oh yeah, I like that idea. It's like, Jeff, if you walk in, oh Jay, well, cat's out of the bag now. It's like, Jeff, if you
The innocent cannot be protected.
if you get some dude vans, I will fucking I will just shit.
You're talking about.
I will
like
get
the
if you get some
airbrush-
dude vans, I will get some dude.
You're talking about the airbrush like fantasy vans.
No, like the I don't think they're airbrushed. They're just like custom. Whatever they print the thing on, they just do it digitally, and then they make that into the shoe for you. You can just pick whatever picture you want, put it on there.
On the van. You're talking about
Vans, the shoes.
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking like
No.
we're going on tour, load up the van. We got a unicorn on the
Okay.
side of it.
So
You're talking about the shoes, gotcha.
Jay's telling me this fucking crazy story this week. And he fucking has like a neighbor that he checks in on every now and then. And like when I got the sous vide thing, like this guy's into cooking stuff too. And I was like, dude, you got to get yourself one of these things.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Go get yourself one of these things. And he's just been fucking all about it since he finally got it. He was like, man, that is one of the best things I've ever bought in my fucking life. Thank you for turning me on to that.
Did he get a bidet too, or what?
Yeah, that's the next tip, Jay, man. I'm going to fucking get you onto the bidet, man. Bidet is the way.
Bidet is the way.
I actually think that girl I met at Shorewood Legion Hall, I think that's one of the reasons. Messy place, bidet. That's weird. Like some people are just like, water in my butthole. It's like, have you ever taken a shower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it clean.
Clean your butthole, man. Like either don't
Cuts
smear
down on paper waste too.
Cuts
man.
down on paper waste. Most of the world does this already, and you're not smearing peanut butter over your sandwich. All right.
Yeah.
So, Jay, is
You're
using.
terrible at that.
I know. He's using his sous vide. He's been like all about ribs lately, cooking them and that thing. And he checks on his old neighbor guy, and he's like, "Hey, would you like some food? You want some ribs?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'd like that."
Everybody likes ribs.
It's like just like bring over a plate for you. So he's like taking a shower. He's like, "Yeah, just leave the plate outside the door. I'll pick it up when I get home." And so Jeff leaves the fucking plate outside of his door and goes about his business. Next day comes over, plate still on the ground.
With the ribs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this had not transpired, this guy would not have been found. He like looks in there, he can see him just splayed out in his fucking underwear on the ground.
Fallen and I can't get up story.
It wasn't even, he was just out, I believe. And he calls the cops, calls the manager, saying, I got to kick down his door to like get the key. He's still breathing. They can see it. So the cops call an ambulance right away, take him to the fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he ends up like waking up, and he's in the hospital for a while, and then he slips into like septic shock, and they have to like put him under.
Huh.
And he's just like comatose for a while, like prolonged. And we just were like talking about this. So he tells me this whole story, and he was like, yeah, my neighbor woke up this week. And I was like, what? So he tells me his whole story.
Yeah, gives you the recap that we just went through.
And he basically, at the conclusion of the story, is he was like starting to come around. So they take him off life support. And like, that sounds bad, but that's what they do.
Coming around, yeah.
Yeah. So they take you off the life support to hope that you know, your own life force kicks in.
Yeah.
So he like wakes up and is like walking, talking, and I was like, wow, that is fucking amazing. That if you had not just like been like,
so the real question
bringing
is,
this
you
guy...
make him another plate of ribs or what? You slather up some BBQ for him?
Oh, Jesus. Fucking, he wakes up and he's like,
where's the ribs?
I have seen Flavortown. It is beautiful. I swapped this story with him. Like, it was just like terrible things happening to other people. This girl I used to go to elementary school with, used to ride the bus with her. I did not know this at the time.
Hey, you guys hold hands in the...
No,
in the
not
buses, or
her.
what?
No, that was the one who got murdered in the shooting.
What?
Yeah, this
Is
girl.
a whole nother story.
This girl Jordan that lived around like a couple miles outside of like the main town of Hiles where I used to live.
Oh yeah, that's right. You lived out
Yep.
in Huhava.
In the boonies. We had to ride to school an hour each ways. We had assigned seats and we sat together. And like a bunch of the townspeople are like, oh, you guys so cute together. They're
gonna get married.
Yep.
Because there's only
Literally
5 people in town.
Yeah. Somebody had said that. So then like it was like some shock and awe shit. It was like, oh yeah, her boyfriend who was a deputy fucking like she broke up with him. He lost it and
He
just like
killed him.
went to a party and murdered everybody and then had a fucking standoff at like some place where like they ended
At the local motel.
they ended up calling in like a
some
SWAT
shit.
team and
Yeah.
somebody just like picked him off. They like fucking blew his brains out on the spot.
There's a guy I worked with. His like niece's boyfriend went crazy and shot her. They were like sitting in a car. They had already broken up. She was like collecting some things or something. And he was like gonna drive her to wherever her place was, and they're gonna drop stuff off. And he like pulled a gun out and shot her like point blank, and she lived. But like,
Jeez.
you know, getting shot in the head point blank, that'll mess
Gary
your life
Busey
up. Yeah, that'll mess your life up for a while. But she lived supposedly. He like dumped her, and she made it.
So to continue the tale of brutality, this other girl that I also ride the bus with, she has cystic fibrosis, and her like lungs were failing her for the longest time. So I learned like family put together a GoFundMe to pay for the medical expenses because she got put on life support, and then she became eligible for a lung transplant. So I kicked in the pool. They raised like 10 grand, which is like their goal to like cover medical expenses. But then once you do that in a GoFundMe, you get updates. So there was somebody who was like close to her updating about the
here's how this is
situation.
going for her. Here's how this is going.
Apparently they pumped her so full of blood before the operation. Over the course of 2 days, she put on 25 pounds just in blood weight. And they were talking about, it was like, this will gradually come off as, she pees it out. But then it was like
That seems a little
surgery
crazy
time.
that you'd like put.
They got a
extra
donor.
blood.
She got approved. And could you imagine fucking them cutting you open, removing your lungs, and putting somebody else's lungs in your body?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about how that would be for Sean because he's only got one lung, or like half of one lung or whatever.
Yeah, he didn't. He had his lung collapsed, and they had to operate on to reinflate
but he had
it.
tumors on it too. They had to get rid of. So they removed most of his lungs.
It's still
That's why he wheezes when he goes upstairs. I'm just kidding.
Well, not anymore. R.I.P.
His ghost wheezes.
I could just not imagine just getting your they just cut her open in a wide and just yoink.
I'm just imagining the hacksaw because you got to get the ribs open, and those are tough.
damn.
Those are tough bones,
That is a goddamn miracle of modern medicine that can even be done.
Oh yeah. Because I remember when we were in young child ages, and talking about the lungs and how they had what are those called, bronchial tubes? Those real fragile tubes. They're just
Fallopian tubes.
But they'd always talk
chest.
about there's no way to repair them. They're so fragile. You can't really move them around too much or anything like that. And now they're just chopping you open.
Yeah, I'll just grow you a new one.
Yeah.
I'll just go 3D print you some new tubes.
That'll be the future, man. They'll just be growing them in tubes, and Alex Jones will be overseeing the whole thing.
You'll be trying to shut it down, man. They got clones of you so you can have their parts. What about their rights?
He just went to too many movies.
Maybe.
What was that movie? They grow extras
that
of
one
people.
with Ewan McGregor?
I think so. Yeah, they grow
Yeah, and
extras of the people, and they escape on that island.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
live in a little society, and then they work all day, and then some of them win the lottery. And when you win the lottery,
You get
it's
it hacked up
actually
for parts for your real you.
Ewan McGregor meets his real you.
It's basically Obi-Wan Kenobi stuck in Camino.
Man, I hope they make a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie and they cast him as it.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, Stefan.
They own it.
Stefan signed off from all things he used to love. He loves them no longer. He is no longer who he was. He is a proto-Stefan. I mean, post-Stefan.
I'm whatever I am.
Proto-Stefan would be like zygote Stefan. Just Stefan's head on a tadpole body. But now he's become more human than human.
Oh, yeah. Things are going great, though, man.
Have you seen anything about Favreau's fucking Bounty Hunter series for Star Wars?
One of the artists I really like did a bunch of art for it, so I've
Really?
seen that. But
Actually for it? Or just...
yeah, I mean, I just follow him. He's done art for a lot of universes I appreciate. He did a ton of Warhammer art and some other things, but he just recently posted a bunch of videos of him doing art for Boba Fett.
I'm liking some of the stuff that's going out there because Favreau put out on his Twitter a photograph of Taika Waititi, which I do like the stuff that he does. It's kind of comedy based. He did Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
He's doing the Shadows Among Us, which has your guy from Toast of London in it.
Oh, Michael Berry or whatever.
Yeah,
Mike Berry.
They're taking Taika Waititi's short about him just being a centuries-old vampire in a modern world. He did a short comedy film and that was the premise.
Yeah.
And that's what they're like.
The Shadows Among
I
Us,
like what you got, kid. You got spunk. You're hired.
Yeah.
You're gonna direct Thor Ragnarok. And he's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He did a great job on that, by the way.
So he's doing the Boba Fett movie?
It's not a Boba Fett movie. It's a series. The
miniseries.
Yeah, the Mandalorian thing.
Okay,
That
yeah.
Jon Favreau's directing it. Jon Favreau did all the Iron Man flicks.
I've seen 2 of those, I think.
It's weird. He actually stars in it too, and he's a peon butler. He's a fucking car driver. It's just one of Stark's peons. But
Yeah, I saw that one with Don Cheadle, and that was 2, I think.
yeah,
And then
he was in
first
3 and Infinity War. John Cheadle's in it now.
one. Okay, I don't know which Iron Mans I've seen then.
But That guy's directing it, and then they had a photograph of Taika Waititi like in a voiceover like situation, and they had like a IG-88 robot like on the screen, so they're like showing him like the stuff he's like voice acting to.
I wonder what Bosk will do in the movie.
It's not. Bosk is dead, man. This is supposed to be in the future, I believe. I think it's like a bounty hunter in the future
Oh, okay. I mean,
of Star Wars.
I don't know if he's gonna be dead or what. I know he wasn't dead in
Well, he's a lizard. Lizards live long.
Yeah, I know what happens to him in the old expanded universe. I don't know what he does now.
Lanky lizards lick ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, Hillary Clinton, behave.
The lizard man.
All right. Got anything else?
No, are we at like 2 hours or something now?
1:35.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a good place. Hour and a half's a good place.
You know what I did? Speaking of Star Wars, though, I saw that Disney's like restarting LucasArts or something.
Not LucasArts, Lucasfilm Games, which was before LucasArts.
Yeah,
which
like reinstituting
that as the game company.
studio. I don't know like if they're really going to be able to pull the same people, obviously, but
yeah, it's going to be in name only.
yeah.
But I think that's great that they're going to. It's probably going to be coming from the same place where it's like a LucasArts thing. It's like an offshoot of Lucas, not Arts,
I think it's
but
a good
Lucasfilm.
move.
Yeah, I think it's a great move, and I cannot fucking wait for the news that they are like through the contract with EA, because EA spent all that fucking money to get the Star Wars license, and for what? 2 shit Battlefront games in 6 years?
Yeah. They're not a good company, man. They're not really producing quality products.
Says the 2 guys who were just playing Battlefield 5. I mean,
I don't know.
You don't
that,
play it,
yeah.
but I'm the sucker who bought it. But I like World War II, and I'm going to get my money's worth out of that.
I like the Battlefield format for a game, but I don't know. I couldn't
they just
run for
suck the marrow out of it. But I have an artist friend, Mitch. It's actually going to try and commission him to make like some like 3D graphic for us. But long time ago, back when we were kids with dreams, he was talking about how he wanted to like his dream was to go work for LucasArts, and then they shut it the fuck down in 2013. That was like one of like you hear about game studios shutting down all the time, but that was the one that was like, man, I actually played all those games like
for
fucking
real, yeah. I had
Monkey
tons of
Island,
them.
Full Throttle, not even just like Star Wars games, fucking
had some
Dark
other ones,
Forces, Bounty Hunter, Pod Racer, like all the Star Wars games that came out in our childhood were by LucasArts.
Yep, they were all good too.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Not, like you already said, Monkey Island though was like a non-Star Wars game, and that game is fucking certifiable, amazing.
Yeah,
So
I should visit the remake. Did they make Grim Fandango as well? That one has a HD remake. It's the same kind of game as
I'm not sure about that one.
I think they did. Or was that Telltale?
I remember seeing him on Steam a long time ago, and I was sitting there really weighing if I was gonna play it again or not. I don't remember if it was a remake or not. I think it's on Steam.
I actually reconnected with some of my old friends from up north not too long ago because of the Full Throttle remake. I just like texted them because we used to play this thing all the time as kids, and I texted them like a line from it. There's this like line in the beginning of the game. You walk into a bar, and like you're just like this fucking like slab beef chest guy in a fucking leather jacket, and it's like a biker bar. And some guy at the bar is giving you shit, and he's like, you know what would look good on your nose? And he's got like all this shit, like piercings and shit. Not the dog on you. And you're just like, it's like the Farley moment in Airheads. It's like, what are you gonna do, pig? And he just like grabs the guy's fucking nipple, and just fucking tears
Rips
it out.
it off, yeah.
Improvise. And he just like grabs the guy's fucking. He's like, you know what would look good on your nose? grabs his fucking nose ring, the bar. And it was like playing that game just like transported me back in time for a second. And it was like when the line starts, like, you know what would look good on yours? And I was just like, said out loud, I was just like sitting, it was like, the bar. And I was like, fuck yeah, I gotta hit up my fucking friends I haven't seen in years that we used to just watch that over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's one thing. They announced that like Halo Master Chief Collection.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, man, that was because Xbox One was my first console, so Halo and Halo 2 and all that shit was.
For the people who don't know it out there, if there was no Halo, there would be no Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, Xbox would not be the powerhouse.
Yeah.
That's the game that sold Xboxes. That is the Mario of Xbox.
But that, because I bought
I bought one of those with my own money when I was like
Yeah, I can't
14
remember. I can't
with
remember.
a menial cash I could scrape together working at
I
McDonald's.
think I got it as a gift for Christmas, and that was my first console. But Halo was the first video game I bought with my own money. Yeah, man, all those games, I played all of them, and it would be cool to reconnect with some people and play that. But I don't know.
Yeah, there was like a thing going around on Reddit saying everybody who gets it, like, use your same battle tag so people can find each other again.
That could be interesting.
Halo 2 was probably my favorite for like online multiplayer out of all those.
Yeah,
it's probably
mine
where I
too.
spent the most time
I played
because
tons
you got
of that.
the energy sword introduced in that one,
Yep.
and that was like
And then the custom game modes started getting out there too.
and then you had red versus blue coming out, the
Yeah.
machinima.
Big time cinema. I wonder how that stuff held up.
It's funny. Like it's not really about the animation or anything. It's just about stupid conversations.
So yeah, we're nerds. Suck
Yep.
it up. Lick my taint.
But hey, man, it's $1 billion industry, man.
Yeah.
Some people like movies. Some people like video games. Some people like both. Some people like hockey. Some people like all of that.
I'm excited, man.
Some people like none of that.
Spring's coming. Getting ready to bust
hockey
out the
season,
old. No,
right?
getting ready to bust out the skateboard.
Hell yeah, dude. I am ready to rock Raiders it up, man.
I'm just doing like active stuff all the time now. And
Yeah.
I'm painting a lot.
Until
a lot.
you fucking take a good smash and
Yeah.
can't walk. Then
That
you'll be
too.
back at it. I'm getting to be old, man.
I'm trying to get some like inline skates, basically.
Can't do that with you, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry, man. Can't do the inline skates. Nope.
Trying to get
Not trying to do that.
some outdoor spring hockey stuff. for
I feel
roller
like
hockey.
that's just not going to give you the same kind of feel and stuff, and I don't really see how it can be beneficial to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Other than just like keeping yourself in shape cardiovascularly, the mechanics of inline skating and
Ice skating
are so
different, yeah.
different. It's like I could just see it fucking you up, getting used to one and then getting back on ice skates and being like, this is not the same.
Yeah, that's true. Luckily, I'll have spring, summer hockey.
Pet it,
anyway.
man. Go to the pet it.
Yeah, no, I'm already signed up for a league for spring, summer. I'm just stoked to be able to skateboard. It's dry.
I'm just stoked to be able to skateboard cross town again, man. I'm telling you, man. Rock Raiders. Let's fucking go e-skateboarding in not a heat wave.
That show was brutal.
Dude, right? It's like you're not even kicking to
The
get
best
along.
part was like you didn't even notice it until we got back after the whole stretch where you're just like, I
No,
have heat
we
exhaustion.
we knew it. We noticed it when we got to the restaurant.
Yeah.
We were just like, they're just like, you boys need anything to drink? And we're like, beer, Lazarites, now. And we just sat there and like ate our food, and we were just like looking at us like, dude, I feel fucked up.
Yeah.
I do not feel well. And then after the leg home, that's when we just like turned into like pot smoking PSA melted into your
We were
couch.
raising people.
without the pot smoking. I think we watched Harley Davidson in the Marble.
Because Steve-O was telling us about that shit.
It is so... Actually, I think we watched something else, and we were just, like, slipping in and out of consciousness. And then that one came on, and I was like, Steve-O loves this movie. Keep it on. It's so bad.
It
is so perfectly terrible.
I don't remember anything outside of, like, the intro 20 minutes. Because, like you said, we were just slipping in and out of it. Which sounds terrible. We were hydrating as much as we could, but...
Nothing was doing it. AC.
Yeah, it was a mistake. It's a huge mistake.
My cerebral cortex had already been elevated to the temperature that you hallucinate at. Actually, I didn't hallucinate all that bad. I just ended up like Ubering out of there. And I just had to like... It took me several hours to just be like, I have to put myself together and pack up these 2 skateboards and then put them on my big-ass backpack and then strap all that on my back and just walk outside to the car. Holy hell.
It was an experience. That's for sure.
Don't do that, man. You can fucking die doing that, man.
Yep. Heat exhaustion ain't no joke. Dude, I can't wait to go to the Dells, too. I'm going to try to do that.
Steve-O is en route to Florida right now. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to watch you guys' podcast from Atlanta Airport. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're going to Florida. And then his next bagger is like, fuck yeah, water park. And I was like, really? All the way to Florida for a fucking water park? It's like, oh, and the meth.
What fucking water park's down there that's super
I don't know.
big?
Better be fucking... Like, why would you go to Florida to go to a water park when you live in Wisconsin and then there's
we got the Dells.
It's like, go to Florida and do something else.
Because Noah's Ark is still the biggest water park in America, right?
I don't know.
Or do they have something new called, like...
Noah's Ark 2.
I'm trying to think of a... I can't say that.
Noah's Ark was owned by Fox, and now Mickey has it, and they opened up their own. Next step, Disney's going to just buy the Bible, the rights to the Bible. Biggest what? Legoland's? Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
Steve, are you in Legoland's Florida Resort? Let us know in the comments below.
Big Kahuna. Let's fucking...
Wet and Wild Orlando is just going to get... Okay, when I think Steve-O... I do not think...
Dude,
I do not think
he's going to Daytona Lagoon. Maybe he's doing a Daytona Beach, like, spring break type deal.
I do not... Oh, that's why it's spring break.
Yeah.
He's going down there to get some pussy.
So that can make sense.
Oh, duh.
But I'm not going to lie, dude. Every one of these pictures has, like, a NASCAR mom
He's
in
fucked
it, so.
all of Milwaukee. He's exhausted his options. He's got to go to Florida. Actually, he's seeing somebody right now that he is infatuated with. I wonder if he fucked it up yet.
All these pictures have, like, NASCAR moms in them and shit, dude.
Oh, find a good one.
I mean, it is called Daytona Lagoon. What did I expect? Oh, boy. Well, dude, have fun. Hit up the Epcot Center.
Yeah, that's Disney. Stephen-O got Disney vacation money. Learn how to do CPR and write a cartoon about it and miscaption it.
But this looks fun, though.
That does look pretty fun. Hey, do you think this looks fun? Let us know in the comments below.
Disney's Typhoon Lagoon Water Park. This could be...
Oh, but look at all the people in there, man. This thing's like loaded with piss. I bet. Did they put stuff in the water to make the water look bluer because they like?
Oh, screw this! This is all they got. Fuck that. Let's go to Noah's Ark.
Well,
who wants to come to Noah's Ark with us? Leave a comment below.
Yeah. Radio Loud Noah's Ark party. Actually, we're just getting the last. We're trying to get like 2 of every body type together so we can repopulate the gene pool after the meteor strikes.
Yeah, let us know your body type shape below.
Did you hear about that meteor that hit in, I think it was, where was it? It was like in December, and there was a meteor
Probably Russia.
No, that was one years ago.
Canada?
This one was in December of last year, and it left like a 13-mile wide, or not mile, kilometer wide crater. Like it was like a nuclear bomb level release of energy, and at the time, like it was in such a remote area that nobody noticed it.
I thought that one of those happened in Russia again.
No, that was the one.
I know they had one
that was
back
caught
in
on
the
the
day.
dash cam.
Speaking of 13-mile wide craters,
You gotta each the brown eye.
River County Water Park. Is this where you're headed, Steve-O? It's all overgrown, bud. Look at this. Look at this shit.
What? Oh my God! Is that like an abandoned Disney park?
Yeah. It looked like it was
Yeesh.
pretty ripping back in the day.
You went through it too fast.
Oh, okay.
Man,
Yeah, it's
Jason Jones loves this shit, like abandoned amusement park stuff.
Oh, it's cool stuff. Yeah, look at some of these.
I mean, is it really?
Sorry, we can't all entertain you there, bud.
Yeah, I know. Fuck me, right? Like somebody's getting excited about something, I just got to shit on it. Sneaky meteor evades Earthling detection, explodes with force of 10 atomic bombs. December 8th, a school bus-sized meteor exploded over Earth with an impact energy of roughly 10 atomic bombs. That's fucking crazy. Where was this, though? That's all I want to know.
Imagine like squatting here. They have,
We're
like,
on
a
two
couple
different
sheds.
things. It's
Yeah.
time to end.
Yeah. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.